What's going on, everyone? I am here and so are you. So let's go ahead and dive into our first article talking about robot dogs and drones in a fierce battle. This robot dog and drone were locked in a fierce battle, blasting fireworks at each other in future warfare demo. Dramatic footage has captured an intense battle between a robotic dog and an aerial drone as the two shot fireworks at each other. The clash could be a glimpse of the future of warfare, although we are decades away from scenes like this. The footage shows the drone and the dog facing off in a barren field. The drone hovers mid-air, its four propellers occasionally maneuvering the aircraft away from the dog's line of fire. Meanwhile, the dog discharges one firework after another in the direction of the drone, moving from side to side to adjust the angle of the shot. Organizers mounted fireworks onto the back of the dog, which maneuvered itself to fire at the drone while simultaneously dodging pyrotechnics coming from the drone's landing gear. It's unclear from the footage whether either the dog or the drone were autonomous or remotely controlled, although it does appear that one of the people in the video may be flying the drone. Alright, so it's never a dull moment in the world of technology, and from that article it mentioned how we could be decades away from having battles like this occur, but I personally believe that we are not decades away. I think different militaries across the world and different companies are already working on this type of technology to begin to put these robot dogs and drones into battle. Also, if it's able to mount fireworks onto these drones and these robot dogs, it's only a matter of time before they're going to be able to mount different powerful weapons on top of these technology devices. And when it comes to different videos like this, I think it's just getting the world familiar with seeing it, so when we do see it in the future, it's not going to be this very shocking or alarming thing that's happening. So based on that video and what you saw from that drone and that robot dog, do you believe an army of robot dogs will be able to take out an army of drones? Comment down below in the comment section what your thoughts are on that question. Let's go ahead and move into our next article talking about Palmer Luckey's takeover of the IVAS program. Palmer Luckey's Anduril is taking over the U.S. Army IVAS program and replacing HoloLens. The Integrated Visual Augmentation System IVAS program was first announced back in 2018, and in 2021 the contract was awarded to Microsoft with a stated value of up to $21.8 billion over 10 years for more than 100,000 headsets. The eventual aim of IVAS was to equip every U.S. Army soldier with an augmented reality helmet that can vastly expand their situational awareness in combat as well as enhance their training. Previously reported potential use cases for IVAS include built-in night vision and thermal view modes, live picture-in-picture feeds from drones including the Soldier Borne Sensor (SBS) personal drone, simulated weapons and enemies for training exercises, scanning nearby people for signs of illness such as high temperature, and facial recognition for hostage rescue situations. The IVAS hardware was set to be provided by Microsoft, but it was plagued with issues. In 2022, the U.S. Congress rejected further orders following mission affecting physical impairments including headaches, eye strain, and nausea. Previous evaluations have found reliability issues with essential functions sometimes failing. Anduril will fully take over the hardware, system software, and production too, using its own headset specifically designed for the task. Microsoft isn't completely out of the project though. Anduril will leverage Microsoft's Azure Cloud and run advanced AI models too big to run on the device. Alright, so if you don't know much about Palmer Luckey, he did create the Oculus VR headset, so this looks like the right choice and the right person who is going to be able to revamp everything that the IVAS program was about and provide these U.S. Army soldiers with the correct headset that they are going to need to give them the advantage on the battlefield. Also, thinking about these headsets based on that previous article, not only could we have different drones and robot dogs autonomously battling one another, we could also have different soldiers from different militaries using these different headsets to control other fleets of drones and robot dogs to be a part of different missions and different battles when it comes to warfare. So if any other information arises related to Anduril and the headset they're building for the U.S. Army, I'll make sure to keep you updated. Now let's go ahead and move into that next article talking about the Paris AI Summit. As US and UK refuse to sign the Paris AI Action Summit statement, other countries commit to developing open, inclusive, ethical AI. The Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in in Paris was supposed to culminate with a joint declaration on artificial intelligence signed by dozens of world leaders. While the statement isn't as ambitious as the Blechy and Seoul declarations, both the US and the UK have refused to sign it. It proves once again that it is difficult to reach a consensus around artificial intelligence and other topics in the current fraught geopolitical context. We feel very strongly that AI must remain free from ideological bias and that American AI will not be co-opted into a tool for authoritarian censorship, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance said in a speech during the summit's closing ceremony. In all 61 countries, including China, India, Japan, Australia, and Canada, have signed the declaration that states a focus on ensuring AI is open, inclusive, transparent, ethical, safe, secure, and trustworthy. It also calls for greater collaboration when it comes to AI governance, fostering a global dialogue. Lighter regulation of AI has been a common topic across the event. Earlier in the event, EU President Ursula von der Leyen reminded dignitaries that EU AI safety regulation is also designed to simplify interactions across the bloc's member states. French President Emmanuel Macron urged Europe to simplify its regulations to get back into the AI race. But at the same time, the French president walked a fine line as he defended the need for international governance on artificial intelligence, stating, "We need these rules for artificial intelligence to move forward." So with having Meta, OpenAI, Anthropic, and other companies working on AI here in the US might have other plans when it comes to what they want to do with artificial intelligence and their outlook on what they believe what it's going to take artificial intelligence to the next level. Also, even though these different countries signed this declaration, it's still early days, and over time they could change course and would want to possibly back out of this declaration. But from another perspective, I'm thinking about if signing this declaration would hinder the US ability to be at the forefront of being seen as the #1 player in artificial intelligence in the world. Now, with this summit, from another perspective, I'm thinking that the US also did not want to sign this declaration because maybe signing this declaration came with parameters which would not allow the US to utilize different resources to take artificial intelligence in the different directions that the US wants to take it. Also, when you think about different cultural differences, the word ethical could mean something different to people working on AI here in the US versus people working on AI in China or people working on AI in India. So there's so many different factors that could be related to why the US did not want to sign this declaration. I think there's a lot more to it, and later on down the road we may find out some of those reasons. So that was an update from the Paris AI Action Summit, and if any other information arises that is tied to this summit, I'll make sure to bring it to you right here on the TYSK Report. In the next article, we have Meta. Meta is in talks to acquire AI chip firm Ferocia AI. Meta is reportedly in talks to acquire a South Korean chip firm as the social media giant looks to bolster its AI hardware infrastructure. Meta may announce its intent to purchase Ferocia AI, a chip startup founded by former Samsung and AMD employees, as soon as this month. Ferocia AI develops chips that speed up the running and serving of AI models, including text-generating models like Meta's Llama 2 and Llama 3. Meta's move is likely an effort to reduce its reliance on dominant chipmaker NVIDIA and a complement to Meta's in-house attempt to build efficient AI accelerator chips. Meta recently said that it expects to spend up to $65 billion this year to power its AI goals. So within 5 to 7 years, I believe the chip space is going to look completely different. Not only do we have Meta wanting to build their own chips, we also had news from OpenAI right here of them working on their in-house chip. And then also we can't forget about Amazon and their Trainium 2 chips, which they wanted to build out to reduce their reliance on NVIDIA. So over time, we could see these different companies begin to partner up with different startups or acquire different startups. And I wonder what type of impact and effect that's going to have on NVIDIA later on down the road. In our next article, we have the sanding robot. Vention launches turnkey sanding robot for woodworkers. Vention launched its first turnkey robot for sanding. The company said it developed the product due to growing demand for robot work cells for sanding applications, especially in cabinet making. Vention's rapid sanding solution, RSS, comes standard with the Fanuc CRX30IA. This This is a collaborative robot, cobot, with advanced safety features for working alongside humans. The company said a laser system enables the cobot to perform panel measurements. Additionally, the arm comes equipped with a push-corp rectangular sanding tool. Vention said it already has North American customers using custom robotic sanding cells today. It will continue to offer customizable sanding solutions through its cloud-based machine builder application alongside its turnkey solution. The system starts at $150,000. 3M, a user of Vention's technology in its own manufacturing facilities, collaborated with Vention on the development of the new sanding robot. According to Carl Dokason, 3M's robotics and automation director, Vention and 3M are aligned in our efforts to help more manufacturers automate their abrasive processing, delivering improved safety, productivity, quality, and consistency. Vention said it can fit in most shops. The table has 4 sanding stations made of railing systems. These include movable vacuum pods that hold panels as small as 6.5 by 7.7 inches and as large as 36 by 90 inches. Montreal, Canada-based Vention said it enables businesses of all sizes to adopt automation. This allows these companies to boost productivity, cut costs, and drive scalable growth. Alright, so this looks like this cobot could be a woodworker's dream. So if you are a company out there who would want something like this, you can now go to the Vention marketplace and check out this sanding robot there. Also, this article is a reminder that these robots are going to be working alongside people, and it also shows that these robots are going to be taking on different tasks that could be very miscellaneous, repetitive, and something that people may not want to do over and over again each and every day. In our next article, we have Tesla starts production at mega factory in Shanghai. Tesla has started production at its new mega factory in Shanghai, and it's the second such factory that is starting to ship to its first customer. Energy storage has been Tesla's silver lining over the last few quarters, and the energy storage business has been growing at an impressive pace. This is mainly due to the Megapacks, which is its popular utility scale energy storage systems, and the production ramp at its mega factory in California where it produces those battery packs. Tesla also announced that it has produced its first Megapack at the Shanghai factory and released these pictures right here. This second mega factory will help the logistics of Tesla's energy storage business. While Tesla's energy storage volumes are ramping up, the company has had to slash Megapack prices over the last year, which is resulting in lower margins. The company is also facing stronger competition. Its own battery cell suppliers, BYD and CATL, have released similar products as Megapacks. So that's just some of the latest news when it comes to Tesla and the energy storage part of their business, and I believe energy storage is going to be very vital for the future of data centers and artificial intelligence. So this is probably why that mega factory was open out there in Shanghai, and China allowed Tesla to make this happen. So over the next few years, as things begin to ramp up and countries and companies are going to need more energy power, I believe Tesla is going to open up more mega factories, and I believe a nice chunk of those mega factories are going to be built here in the US. In our next article, we have Waymo. Waymo offers driverless car credit for connecting with public transit. Self-driving taxi company Waymo has announced it is launching a public transit credit program in Los Angeles. The initiative follows a successful pilot in San Francisco last year and is set to run until April. The intent is to encourage riders to use the Waymo One ride-hailing service to connect with certain transit stops or stations and then receive a $3 credit for future use on a robotaxi. So that's just some of the tech news you missed this week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, to continue to stay informed, like the video, subscribe, and of course check out these 2 videos right here, and stay tuned for the next one.